Okay, so the first thing I'm going to get to today are my lights. So in the video where I made these lights, a lot of you guys were saying like they're not very good. They only light up in one area, and that's because these are spotlights. I wanted spotlights because I wanted, you know, to see far out. I always planned on adding some kind of another light on the front of this, either a light bar or something. So I wanted to get a set of spotlights, but novsight, they saw your comments, and so they sent me out some floodlights. So these are the exact opposite of these. These are made to shoot far. These are just made to just light up kind of everything. So it works out perfectly because now the best combo you can have, you know, is kind of one of each, so you can get lighting everywhere you need it. So I think I'm gonna throw these down here, something like in that area, like that. I think that's gonna look the best. We were kind of playing around with ideas, you know, maybe go here or like something like that, but I think right here is just gonna be the best. And I don't like lights. I hate them. I don't like them. You need them for obvious reasons, but vehicles that have like the massive light bar on the top and then a light bar in the front and then pods there and pods down here and pods on the bumpers, they look horrible. I hate it. So I think that's gonna work right there. I think it's gonna look good. It kind of fills in an area that nothing's there anyway. So, and if you put it up here, you know, it's gonna block more airflow to the radiator. Down here kind of is more out of the way. So I think that's what I'm going to do, and then we'll also test these out and show you the difference between the spotlights and the flood lights. They have a right here. So they have all these different kinds of light. Spotlight, you can see long and narrow. Then they have driving lights, it's kind of in the middle, fog lights, and these are flood lights. So it's the shortest, but it's also the widest, so it'll give you a nice wide spread, and then the spotlight will shoot out far, and yeah. And this is what they are, the 3-inch off-road lights. So super excited to get these installed, because on camera it doesn't look like these are very bright, but they are ridiculously bright. Like, we were going up Manti, and the whole time we were up there in the dark and driving around, I could see everything.
Yeah, that was nice.
But these will probably show up a little bit better on camera because it's less focused beam and it's more of a spread, so it'll probably look a little better on camera. But they are ridiculously bright and they work really well. So yeah. So when they told me they were going to send me another set of lights, I was super excited because these are awesome lights. So I'm going to get them installed, and same thing. If you watched my previous video, they come with the dark covers, amber covers for both lights. Everything you need to wire them up comes with a relay, a switch already all, so you can just hook that up and go. But I'm going to be hooking in to my aux beam switch panel, so I'm not going to need any of that, but it comes with mounting hardware, brackets. So yeah, I'm going to get the brackets bolted onto these and then start making a bracket for it to bolt on, just the same as I did with these ones. And then I asked them if they'd send me some stickers, so they sent me bunch of stickers, as you can see. So I got one in my toolbox because why not? I got one right here.
This one I really like.
I really like how that
and
one
like
looks.
the
right
light
there.
shows on it and it looks like blue. It's all really cool.
Yeah, I also have one on the back, but ton of cool stickers, so that's super cool of them. And then they also sent me out some ridiculously soft microfiber cloths.
Oh, wow.
Like, those
are really soft.
super soft. So that is awesome. I didn't even know they were sending me this stuff, so that is Sweet. I will definitely use those. Not with this, but my other stuff that's a little bit nicer. So.
Well, you could use them to dust off your lights. Wipe off your lights.
That's what a hose is for.
Well, maybe you wanted to dry them.
But I just thought I'd point that out. Super cool people. They're super nice. So go check them out. I'll leave a link in the description so you can go check out these lights and everything else they have to offer. Alright, so I lied. I was going to make a bracket and make them bolt on, but I'm just going to weld them on. It's easy, and yeah, I don't really, the light unbolts from this bracket, so why not? I've never bolted lights on before these ones, so just weld it on there, but I can go somewhere's about there.
Somewhere's about there.
Yeah, like right.
Like all.
I want it to be.
Perfect.
Give them a little bit of a tack. That way I can move them around and make sure I like them here. So.
Like them. I like it a lot.
Okay, so I think we both decided we like them right there. So I'm gonna weld them on and then wire them up to my switch panel, which the really cool thing about these switch panels is you have all these. So right there, some floodlight stickers. So I'll just wire them up so I can have them on separate switches. So I can have them both on, one or the other on, depending on what I'm doing and what I need. So. Okay, so this is how I have them set up, but I think I'm gonna do a little bit of rearranging because I want my front lights, then my floodlights here, rock lights, and then rear lights. I'm gonna move a couple stickers and yeah, I'm gonna move a couple stickers. Alright, so I just finished up getting it wired up. So here are the spot beam lights. It's either right there in two spots. And then that's the floodlight. It lights up a bigger area and it's a lot less concentrated. So, and then that's with all of them on. So those will probably show up a lot better on camera. So when it's dark, we will go test that out. But before then, there's a couple other things I want to get done. So I went and picked up a new set of hood pins because when I rolled, they got broken. And yeah, so got a new set of them. They're gonna go right up here in the front. So these are a little bit different. I just got these from AutoZone. The other ones I had, I liked a little bit better, but these will work just fine. So I gotta make a bracket for these so these can bolt on because these have to be adjustable. All right, well, I kind of just went ahead and did it. So there they are. Hold the pins. Needs a little bit of adjustment. Warped a little when I welded it, I guess. Super scientific adjustments here. There we go, that's pretty good. But you can see, they're just welded in there. They do have adjustment up and down, so yeah, Now my hood doesn't have to be held down to zip ties anymore. You can actually throw some hood pins in and voila.
Voila.
So, alright, so now I got my Blazer flipped around. I'm going to start doing this rock slider. As I've said before, I'm just probably going to do it fairly quick, show you a couple parts along the way, but I already did the other side, so I'm just going to knock it out, cut it out, cut some parts out. I already have all my templates from the other side, so should go fairly quick because I know what I'm doing on this side. And then I'll probably get to fixing another problem I had when we were out wheeling, but we'll get to that when we get to it. So yeah, I'm gonna get the plasma cutter fired up and cut that slider off. Alright, so I got this side all prepped out and ready to weld the slider in. It's all ground down, and I cut out the little notches here and here so that the plate can sit flush all the way along and everything. So it gets welded directly to the rocker, and then down here to this pinch weld, and then all the way up here as well all gets welded to it. Fender doesn't, because it still comes off. So, and then I'll run some stringers to the frame to strengthen it up more. Realistically, it should be okay for a little bit. Just welded to this, it should be fairly strong, but I do want to run some stringers to the frame, and then that'll be tied into the cage, so it'll all be really strong so I don't bash this up, because this is fairly thin. So now I'm going to get the sheet metal and start cutting out my strips I need so I can start building the rest of the slider. Okay, so I cut a bunch of this here. These are to build the ends. So I got this one, which is 4 inches, 1 inch, 2 inch, and 3 inch. And the only thing I'll need more is some more of the 3 inch. So I'm going to cut a 3 inch strip off of this, and then I'll get the big sheet and then cut a 1 inch strip, a 2 inch strip, and a 4 inch strip. And then I should have all the metal I need. And then these are the templates to build like the end caps for both sides and all that stuff. So once I cut those strips out, I should have everything I need to build the full rock slider. And then I think I'm going to do some 1.5 inch DOM tying it to the frame, and then the full cage is also going to be 1.5 inch on the inside. I might go to a bigger size when I do outside. It's going to be like a hybrid style cage, I think. So, but I think most of it's going to be 1.5 inch. I'd prefer to do 1.75 inch, but first of all, it's harder to get for me. The metal supply that's close to me doesn't supply it. So 1.5 inch will be plenty for the inside of the cage and the cross bracing, and then maybe the rub rails I'll do 1.75 inch or just stick with 1.5 inch and do it that way. I'm not 100% sure yet. So I'm not building a race cage, so it doesn't have to go to any rules, but I want it to be safe and I want it to not bend. So, but that's later down the road. So I'm gonna get this stuff cut out and go from there. Alright, so I finally got all the pieces cut out I need. So this is what a low profile rock slider kit for an S10 Blazer looks like. Right there. So just gonna start tacking everything into place, make sure it's all gonna work, make sure it's all right, and then start welding it up, and it'll be done for now until I start adding supports and stuff like that. So I'm gonna get to it. Alright, I mean, as you can see, it's not fully welded up, but it's welded on fairly good. I still have a lot of welding to do on that. But I got the door back on, all that stuff works and lines up, and it's just getting dark outside, so it's perfect time to go test out these lights and see how they do, and I'll finish welding this off camera because it's just more welding. I mean, there's nothing special about it. Weld it, grind it smooth, probably spend another 2 hours on it. And then next thing you'll see is putting the supports in. But I'm really excited to get these lights a test go. Test go. Yeah. We're gonna go give these lights a test go. And yeah, show you the difference between the spot beam and the floodlights. So, and we might be going with Rusty. So we're taking Rusty because this might be the last trip in Rusty with Braden owning it. So yeah. We're gonna go cruise around, do a little bit of night driving, and then head home because it's getting pretty late. All right, so right now it is just the spotlights, and for me, I can see just fine, but on camera you probably only see the 2 circles like you guys were saying. So now I'm going to turn them off. Oh, Braden's back there with his lights, but now if I turn the floodlights on, you can see it's a lot less bright, but it's a lot more spread out. Like, well, a floodlight, you know? So it's a nice mellow. And if you really want to get crazy, get them both on there. See, now I really can just see everything.
But you can tell the difference between the 2 lights as well.
So I'll turn the floodlights off. Those. So, yeah, I'd say it's a big improvement for sure. Especially for camera, it probably shows up a lot better. I didn't really realize how bad it looks with just spot beams on a GoPro, so I should get some video on my phone and it'll probably look better. So that's probably what I'll do. We'll switch over to my phone and get some footage with my phone, and you guys will probably be able to see the difference a lot better because my phone does a lot better in the dark than the GoPro does. So we'll just drive down here a little bit and then switch over to my phone, and yeah. Okay, so we switched over to my phone. The audio is probably not going to be as good, but it does it a lot better at nighttime. So if you look out there right now, this is just with the spot beams. You can see the 2 spots, and then I turn that off. That's floodlights. Just a lot wider spread, mellow light, and then both super bright. So hopefully you can see a little bit better with me videoing with my phone instead of the GoPro. It's kind of hard to get lighting on camera, so hopefully this gives you a better idea of the difference between the 2 and yeah, which one is right for you. And there is some that are in between as well. I'm gonna put her in 4-wheel drive, we'll hit this and head back home, and then probably end the video there. So let's go do some wheeling. All right, so we had a mishap. The spring popped out. We had this happen once before. I gotta fix it, but we're gonna get it back into place and keep going. So. And that's going to be it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoy. It's a lot of fun doing this. I love making videos for you guys, so as long as you guys keep watching them, and I'll keep doing it because I love it. And also make sure you like and subscribe and leave comments. It helps out a ton. Still have merch for sale as well on my website, so you go check it out. That's the best way to support me and what I do. So stay tuned for the next one.